Welcome to Chosen One and his girls. Well, guys, life's changing for me. Still traveling right now, but in the near future, I'm planning on doing something different. So that will be coming, and I've already told you a little bit about that. I wanted to come on here and say that I want to tell you a little bit about my story. My addiction started out when I had cancer, and the doctors put me on 3 or 4 different kinds of medication. They were all opiates, and I was doing light chemo and radiation every day. Okay. Some of the different medicines that I was on was very strong, and as my treatment stopped, so did the pills. Well, that is when I began to go out and buy these pills off the streets. At this time, I had no job. And what I would do for money was this. I would go downtown and I would go door to door to different businesses. I would walk in, explain to them that I was out of work and I needed an odd job. And 9 out of 10 people, instead of them giving me a job, they would come and hand me money. And I was astonished. But I would go ahead and go on to the next place. And by the time I would get to the 5th or 6th place, I would have at least $100 to $150 in my pocket. And I couldn't believe it myself for a while. But I'd done this on multiple occasions. And I did do some cleaning jobs or wash a window. But I've even had people hand me $100 bills at one time. Anyway, that's the way that I would pay for my pills. Well, as things started to come out about the opiate problem, pills began to be very, very scary. And I began doing powder. And don't try this at home, guys. Absolutely not. But I actually kept myself from being in severe withdrawal from the pills by using the powder. Well, that became a habit, and I done it for 5 years. My problem was never finding a way to buy the drug, but it came to a point that I was just sick of waking up and having to do a line just to feel like I wanted to do anything, guys. I was what you call a functioning addict. Okay? Which means I was still working. I still had a full-time job. I was raising a family. But I was getting to the point with it that I was just sick and tired of it. Sick and tired of the deceit. Because I hid my addiction from everyone. I was married just before my husband passed, and he didn't even know. I mean, all these things, came to a head when he died. I decided that I was going to leave, and I was going to go somewhere else, and I was going to start all over, and I was going to leave the drugs behind. And not only did it help me to go to a new place, but I had so many new places to go and see that I was able to keep busy and not think about it. So when I say to you that saying they have about people, places, and things is true. I'm saying that from experience, guys. Because had I gone back to the places and hung out with the different people that I knew, or was around, I would have been right back on it. And I knew that. That's why I left. But what made me quit, I sat there and I thought to myself about how many times that I could have gotten stopped and caught with this stuff and gone to jail. But thankfully, I never did. And I am more than thankful that I never ended up trying the H. I'm more than thankful that I never wound up like Maddie or Shady, living in a bando. And I was very lucky to be able to have the, a way of paying for my habit and using my head instead of my tail, because that could have come about very easily, but it didn't. And I am so thankful, I am grateful to God that none of that ever had to happen. And I feel sorry for those who have never thought about, trying to do something productive to take care of their habit. That's why I say, in my day, I was a hustler, honey. I would find a way to make money. I would go to Goodwill, pick out clothing, take them home, wash them, iron them, and go resell them at a Play-Doh closet. There was always a way that I knew how to make money. I've always been very good at that. I'm a very good entrepreneur. And I sold online for years. I'm getting ready to get back into doing some of that. That's going to be one of the jobs that I'm doing. And I'm going to get back to doing my cleaning that I used to do. I started my own business, and I had multiple clientele, just from word of mouth. So that's what I plan to go back to in the very near future. That's why I don't understand Maddie. I don't understand Sharon. Yeah, YouTube is a job to some, but she's nowhere near that height in YouTube that she could actually afford to live off YouTube. That's just stupid to think that way, I mean, of course you've got to build your channel, and I'm sure she could if she would stop getting high long enough to, but she's not doing that. But what I really want to do is I want to get scholarship programs started to try to help people who are addicted and don't have the funds to pay for it, and don't want to go into some of these programs like through rescue missions that are Christian-based programs only. I want to help people, and that to me is why I started this channel in the first place. But that's to come. Right now I'm still in the same position I was, and I'm going to be in for a little while longer. But I wanted to come on here and let you know a little bit about me. And now I'm going to go ahead and close this. We will get back to another video later. I'm going to do another update video. And you guys like, share, and subscribe.